Hi everyone, it's Natasha, and this is going to be probably one of the first videos I'm going to do that's kind of in this realm. Um, so I want to talk about Keratosis Pilaris, or KP. I have heard, and when I've done my research, there has been a lot more people that have been affected by this than you would think. So I am one of those people. Mine only exists in my upper arms. It's not very visible anymore. These are just moles. I mean, this is one of them, and that's what you could see there. This used to be worse. Right there. You can see a little bit of few dots there still. But it's not as prominent as it used to. So I've done a lot of research. I've tried everything that I could. And what I have tried, tested, and have worked for me might help out anyone else out there. Hopefully. So I didn't bring my soap down with me because I've already talked about the Sabon shower oil. And what I've noticed was that does help a lot. I do use that with an exfoliating glove. I think it's very cost effective when you use a liquid soap with an exfoliating glove. I don't recommend a loofah because loofah is because it's made out of organic material. It can cause staph infections, which is really, really bad for you. So I do, I prefer to use exfoliating gloves, which is made of synthetic materials, or, whatever. Nothing is going to grow on that thing. So I do use that all year round. Now, I did stop using that before, and I noticed that my KP, or Keratosis Pilaris, started to come out. I never used to have that. It started to come out, and it got worse. And what I used was the Method body wash. And the Method body wash is a good, it's a decent item. It doesn't have harsh anything in there. However, for whatever reason, it exacerbated my KP, or my I have it right here. I wrote it down just so I could say it. Keratosis Pilaris. It's really embarrassing, and a lot of people, I'm completely embarrassed by it. I rarely wore anything sleeveless because it was just embarrassing, and people got to see it. They said that some people do get it on their thighs as well. Thankfully, I don't have that on mine. I just have it in my upper arms. But even just having it in my upper arms, I can just imagine if someone else had that on their legs. I mean, it's awful when I, have it in my upper arms. So after that, what I do, after I take a shower, what I do use is I apply this. I don't necessarily do a full squirt, but it depends on how much you need. This is a very light lotion. It has alpha hydroxy therapy. When you do use this during the day, I recommend you put sunscreen over it. So this is what I use. I put a layer on there on both the sides of my arms, and I let it sit there by itself for a little bit. After that, I use a lotion. You have to pick a lotion that has shea butter in there, or anything that has moisturizing abilities, like dimethicone. That also helps. Argan oil helps, like a very emolliating kind of moisturizing agent. I would suggest when you use argan oil or any kind of raw oil, you might want to mix that with a cream, because then it can be absorbed better than just an oil. If you only use just an oil itself, it doesn't really get absorbed as much, or as good. So try to look for body creams or body butter that would have argan oil, maybe olive oil, sweet almond oil possibly, dimethicone. Dimethicone is very moisturizing. I have that. So in my, I have a home blend of body cream. I don't have the ingredients in front of me, so I'm not really sure what is on it, but I do know It is majority raw shea butter that I whip myself, and it also has dimethicone in it because I mixed a body cream that is already pre-made that has dimethicone in it. And I believe it also has. I know dimethicone is a part of it. I don't. It's very few ingredients, and I don't know the rest. But it's moisturizing on itself. It's kind of light. It's a body cream or body butter. However, when you do apply it, it's very light. So I mixed that with the shea butter raw, and I'm not sure if I added anything else. So I'm just saying, it doesn't matter if you're making it, if you're buying it. Just make sure you get certain ingredients in there that does help make it hydrating. If you're one of those people that don't like it sticky or they're too sticky, try not to get something that has a lot of drying ingredients in there, like starch, or they put like what is that? I know there's this ingredient that they add in there. It's in my head right now. It doesn't come out. But it's one of those lotions that when you rub it in, it makes it feel like it's absorbed. It's not really absorbed. They add tapioca in there. Tapioca, any kind of starch they put in there. Sometimes they put potato starch, I think. It's because it's kind of drying your skin, and that's really counterproductive. And that's another reason why you're getting the KP, is because your body really needs the moisture, but because of that certain ingredient that makes you feel not greasy after you slather that on, is counterproductive, and it's going to make your skin drier. So try to get something that is actually really hydrating, but not just hydrating. It will have certain ingredients in there, because I've also tried other body lotion, body butter, body creams, and you need a specific ingredient in there that is emollient, that has fatty acids, because this penetrates in your skin and completely moisturizes it, even during the time when you feel like it's not tacky anymore, or it's not slimy or sticky. It's still hydrating your skin, even though you don't feel all that. So try to, even though they'll be really tacky, try to just apply before you go to bed, shower before you go to bed, and then apply it, and then just go to bed, because that will really help it out. If you can't really do that, and you wanna, what I would suggest is don't use this unless you're on your way to bed, because if you're going to use it during the day and you don't apply the extra layer of emollient ingredients or something hydrating for your skin, moisturizing, it's really not going to work. You really need to do all the 3 steps. You need a good cleanser. From my experience, the one that works for me is the Savon shower oil, or yeah, that one. They have the milk shower soap. It's also liquid, but I only used 1 bottle of that. And if you want to, save money and all that stuff, I would go with the shower oil, just because you get more out of your money, and it will last you longer. This is not very expensive. I think this is less than $25, and this lasts me almost a year, because I don't put it anywhere else. I just put it where the KP is, and it says here it has 12% lactic acid. Lactic acid, it comes from it's not vegan. Lactic acid comes from milk, I believe, and that really does help with the because it's supposed to smooth out your skin. So because you have these irritating bumps, it will kind of, essentially it's similar to shaving it off. but in a lotion version, and it's not abrasive. It doesn't hurt, none of that. If you do have a cut though, this will sting. If you have paper cuts in your hands and you're applying it, it will sting. I've had that experience before, like a cuticle issue on my finger or a paper cut or any kind of cut. It will sting. So try not to put this on. If your arm has any kind of issues, what I would do, like if I had like issues on my fingers, if I had a cut, I would if it's on this finger, I would like tuck it in, and I would use the other two and kind of rub it in. It's annoying, but you know, whatever. It still gets the job done. So if you guys have any issues with the KP or the Keratosis Pilaris, if you know, I mean, share your experiences with me, you know, put it down in the comments below. I would love to know what you guys have gone through. Trials, errors, what has successfully gone with you. And again, I really want to make sure you understand, if you put this on during the day and you're going outside under the sun, please make sure you use sunscreen, heavy duty sunscreen. I would suggest the higher the better, at least 60, because not only is your skin exposed, but your skin is also slowly being peeled. So there's a layer on there that's being peeled, so you do need the extra stuff. I would recommend at least 60, probably higher SPF. I use the 110 because I'm not gonna risk it. Because you know, if you don't protect yourself, and it's because if you just put like a 15 SPF, that's for when you don't put anything that has AHA or lactic acid. Those are like peeling ingredients to peel your skin. So 15 to me isn't enough. If you're using regularly like a 30, a 45, a 50 without using this, make sure you get something a lot higher. Like again, the higher the better. And I really emphasize on that because what I noticed before, and this is a few years ago, I used something similar to this. It was a different brand, and I forgot my sunscreen, and I would forget, you know, occasionally to put sunscreen on, and I would put something like this. What I noticed was I had some skin damage. I would have like some sunspots, or I think my KP, because I didn't think, you know, that worked, and I didn't do my research that time, and I like the feeling of it says you will have smoother skin. That was all it was. And I did add 30 SPF, and that still, you know, that still didn't work completely. And you don't get the result right away. You get it like years after. Because before I started using that in that particular way without any SPF protection every time, I didn't really think about it that way. I thought that I was still protected because I still put 30% at SPF 30 after. I thought it was fine. What I didn't know was that you're not just protecting the outer layer of your skin, you're protecting the new layer because you're adding something that's peeling the top layer of your skin. I'm sorry my voice is going out. I've been feeling really sick. I've just been feeling really off the past few weeks, and this is just the hormones of my pregnancy. So I apologize if it, you know, if I'm starting to sound like a weird cartoon. I'm sorry. I did ask my doctor about it, and he just said I got to run with it, and there's nothing that he could do. There's nothing that he could prescribe me. There's nothing that I could do more or less. It's just, I just got to run with it. So I just got to toughen it up and run with the waves. That's pretty much it. So I really hope this was a helpful video for anybody there who is interested. And, you know, I went through it, and it's a very stressful and embarrassing situation. It's uncomfortable because you feel like people notice it a lot, and they're like staring at your KP, and it's an awful feeling, and you can't wear certain things because it exposes it a lot. So anyway, my left ear feels kind of clogged up now, so I don't know. Maybe it's time for me to go. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful at least. I hope you liked it enough that you're going to subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for giving me the time of day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.